It's women out there that do their homework. They know everything about y'all because you tell on yourself on the gram and on social. So they know how to go get you.
This whole situation involving Shannon Sharpe is quickly spiraling, and now Deion Sanders has stepped in with some skepticism, raising concerns that something just doesn't add up.
You see what happened? That had been going on for years. They let it build up. Shannon Sharpe, y'all know, he was about to sign $1 million contract. So now, they got to get out of it.
Shannon is facing a $50 million lawsuit filed by an OnlyFans model named Gabriela Zuniga, who's accusing him of serious misconduct. But Shannon's pushing back hard. He's calling it a setup and a blatant attempt to get money. He's been vocal about it, even saying that people within his own inner circle are quietly happy to see him go through all this. Imagine the people close to him allegedly celebrating his trouble behind closed doors. That's where things start to look suspicious.
Okay, it's getting clear now. Shannon Sharpe fumbled the bag for $100 million. Yes, $100 million is what he was about to be expected. And this is how it went. And now we're kind of understanding why it seemed like he wanted to negotiate and settle with his accuser.
This lawsuit surfaced right after it was reported that Shannon was on the verge of signing a $100 million media deal literally within days. And suddenly, the deal got paused. That's a little too coincidental, isn't it? Deion Sanders doesn't think it's random. He believes the timing is too perfect, almost like it was orchestrated. According to him, there's no way Shannon just stumbled into this mess by accident.
For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell.
You thinking you conquering it and you ain't, because it's all a plan.
You think you run a game and they run a game on you.
Someone set this up, at least that's what it looks like. Which brings up the big question, who would have the motive to bring Shannon down just as he was about to land the biggest deal of his career? But here's another perspective some argue Shannon brought this on himself. They say no one forced him to get involved with that woman, and even if she had a plan, he gave her the opportunity. So maybe it was a setup, but Shannon might have provided the means. Still, if Deion's right and there's someone behind the scenes pulling the strings, then this situation might be much deeper than it appears.
Do they know who they hired?
Yes. What part of me? What part of me? Why you gonna make me show out? Why you trying to make us show out? Can we act right, please?
Okay, right. They know, so
They know.
Okay.
What you mean by that?
Because I know you.
Man.
And then it's like, well, we want you to be yourself. All right, I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be Friday.
This isn't just about a messy situation anymore. This could be tied to power plays, hidden agendas, and calculated takedowns. So what really went down? Did Shannon Sharpe cross the wrong people? Did he interfere with a major business interest? Or is there something deeper going on that's still hidden from view? When someone like Deion Sanders starts raising questions, it's usually not without reason. Where there's smoke, there might actually be fire. Right now, Shannon's entire world is being turned upside down. The case hasn't even reached court, but the accusations alone are shaking the solid foundation he built from his NFL career to his success in media. Shannon's been building win after win for years.
Lie spoken. It's Sharpe, because guess what? They're going to say, oh, the conference isn't any good now. You notice that, Stephen A? So that's what it is. When he was getting his eyes beat out, oh, I told y'all he couldn't coach on that level. I told y'all he was false this and false that. Now they're 8-2 with an outside chance to make the college football playoff. Everybody done gone radio silent. Now they find something else to complain about. Coach Prime got them playing well. They're playing really, really well. I like where they are.
To see the great things that he has been doing and to know the potential is out there for all of this to be derailed. I'm incredibly sad for him. I'm sad for us as a show because we're better with him than without him. It's like you just, and then I see the zest with which people are willing to pounce on him. And it's like, listen, people have been after him since he did Katt Williams. You know, they've been at his neck because of the numbers he produced and the success that it had and how he was able to ride that wave.
But now he's already stepping away from his seat on First Take beside Stephen A. Smith, and this could be just the beginning. Word going around says Shannon was on the verge of landing a major $100 million podcast deal. But now that opportunity might be slipping out of reach. On April 18th, just 3 days before Gabriela Zuniga filed the lawsuit, Front Office Sports reported that Shannon was close to signing a game-changing agreement. It wasn't just for one show either. This was an empire-building deal that would include the entire Club Shay Shay brand, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Club 520 podcast, The Bubba Dub Show.
You see what happened? That had been going on for years. They let it build up. Shannon Sharpe, y'all know he was about to sign $1 million contract. So now they got to get out of it because they know what's about to happen. The only way they can stop this contract and stop this thing from happening is put this dirt out. It's time to drop it because they know if this ninja get $100 million in his pocket, it's going to be some real problems. Some real problems.
And humble baddies. It was a full cultural takeover. And all of it came together after Shannon's high-impact interview with Katt Williams back in January 2024. That episode broke viewership records and shook up the podcast world. Katt didn't hold back. He called out much of Hollywood, naming names like he had the receipts ready. That interview became the most watched on Shannon's platform and took Club Shay Shay from popular to must-watch, an outlet where celebrities and athletes could speak their minds openly. But here's the twist. That same episode that boosted the brand might have also made Shannon a target. Behind the scenes, some major Hollywood figures reportedly weren't happy with what Katt said or with Shannon for giving him the space to say it. Now, some insiders suggest Shannon may have made powerful enemies, and this lawsuit might not be random. It could be a calculated move disguised as legal action. Supporting that idea is Shannon's longtime friend Deion Sanders, who's been in his corner for years and seems convinced that there's more to this than meets the eye.
Okay, it's getting clear now. Shannon Sharpe fumbled the bag for $100 million. Yes, $100 million is what he was about to be expected. And this is how it went. And now we're kind of understanding why it seemed like he wanted to negotiate and settle with his accuser for $10 million. And for those that don't know, Shannon Sharpe is being accused of having unwanted sex. And we all know when that happens, like, the media is on the frenzy right now. But here's the part was where he dropped the bag. He was about to get $100 million. So we know how his podcast, Shay Shay, had been taken off. He literally just finished his contract as he was signed to Colin Cohard's podcasting group. But Shannon Sharpe was getting ready to be offered all this.
Shannon has stood by Deion repeatedly, especially when critics tried to mock Deion's coaching at Colorado. Shannon was vocal in defending him against the media and negative commentary. Now, it seems like Deion is returning the support. Word is he believes this situation was set in motion long before the lawsuit made headlines. Sources close to him say Deion thinks someone with influence had a strategy to derail Shannon's momentum and that this lawsuit is just the first step, but there's more. Even Stephen A. Smith, who once criticized Shannon for how he handled things at ESPN, is now shifting his stance. He's now saying that certain people have been out to get Shannon ever since that viral Katt Williams interview shook things up. That's a significant change coming from someone like Stephen A. On top of that, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has also weighed in. He questioned the timing, pointing out that it's hard to believe the lawsuit's arrival right as Shannon was about to close a $100 million deal is just coincidence. It feels too precisely timed to ignore. Still, not everyone is convinced by the setup theory. Some fans see this as a distraction tactic. They argue Shannon needs to take ownership instead of leaning on speculation. Others are calling out Deion too, saying he should stay out of it given his own controversial past involving women. One user on X didn't hold back, writing, "Deion Sanders and Shannon Sharpe equal to women be." That post sparked a wave of responses. Many added that if Deion truly had Shannon's best interests at heart, he would have advised him to stay away from young OnlyFans models, suggesting they're often seeking a quick rise. Another person posted, "Where are Shannon's real friends? Deion Sanders? His brother Shannon Sharpe? Somebody should have told him from day one to leave that young woman alone. This whole thing is messy." Another fan even bluntly stated, "Shannon needs to sit down somewhere. He's too old for this mess." The reaction online has been intense. But despite all the speculation and finger-pointing, the general consensus among fans seems to be the same. Shannon bears a lot of the responsibility here. Sure, there's a possibility that someone behind the scenes orchestrated the timing to destroy that $100 million opportunity. Maybe the woman involved was sent to create a problem. Maybe the entire thing was coordinated to explode just before he finalized that major contract. But even if that's the case, Shannon walked into it. Knowingly. At the end of the day, adults are accountable for their choices. Shannon decided to engage with someone unpredictable during a crucial point in his career. Whether or not she had an agenda, he gave her that access. And that's on him. This wasn't just a minor slip, it was a clear misstep. Shannon Sharpe isn't new to fame. He's been in the spotlight for decades and is pushing 60. This isn't his first time navigating public scrutiny. He understands how fame operates, how scandals spread, and how quickly everything you've built can fall apart after one wrong move. That's why people are asking, how can you claim it was a setup when you walked into the situation fully aware of the risks? Then there's the phone call, the one where Shannon allegedly said he was going to choke the life out of her. Man, for many, that moment crossed the line. Even if she was trying to provoke him, no one forced those words out of his mouth. That came directly from him, and the internet wasn't about to let it slide. And then there are those shocking text messages, the ones with phrases like, "put a big black baby in me," that doesn't sound like something Gabriella just invented. A lot of people online are holding Shannon accountable, saying he was far too involved in something he should have steered clear of. So it's not surprising that the majority of fans aren't rushing to defend him. Sure, there's a possibility someone behind the scenes didn't want to see him succeed. Maybe that $100 million deal had people nervous. But Shannon didn't just leave the door open, he practically rolled out a welcome mat. To that level of fame, protecting your image should be a top priority. Taking reckless chances simply isn't worth it. While Deion Sanders might still be in his corner and a handful of fans want to see him recover, let's be honest, most people are saying what's obvious. Shannon brought this on himself. He dropped the ball at the most critical moment. Now, we want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe this was a setup from the beginning? Was Gabriella sent to sabotage Shannon's deal and block his next move? Or did Shannon create this mess through his own decisions? And even if it was all a setup, does that really change how we view him today? Drop your take in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns and celebrity news. This story isn't finished, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.